What's up, y'all? It's your girl. Drea. But you already knew that. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Come on in the room. Come on in this house. Come on in the room, okay? So, what's up, y'all? I want to come on here because God really has been dropping some things into my spirit, and I've been going through the ringer. Look, let me just tell y'all something. When you're chosen by God and when you really choose Him and He chooses you back and you find out that you was already chosen and you start following Him in His ways and you start allowing Him to do whatever He want to do inside of you, it's not going to get easy. It's not going to get easy, y'all. But a lot of what I have been going through as of lately is I have been realizing that a lot of my situations, my emotions have been controlling a lot of the things that's going on in my life. My emotions controlled a big part of my relationships, a big part of my financial situation or my financial decisions, and my need for control, because I'm a type A individual, but my need for control, it just rattles up my emotions. And in my mind, my first result most of the time is, let me just do something that I know how to do. Let me just, like the hustler in me is like, look, let me just go ahead and get this done. Let me just go ahead and X this person out of my life because they causing me pain or they not doing what I want them to do. And I just try to control and manipulate a lot of things. And I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing, because a lot of times we want to say, if people's energy is off, X them out. Like black people in particular, we want to be so quick to cut people off. Like any little offense, any little argument, we done. I don't need that energy in my life. But what if God is calling you to mend relationships? What if He's calling you to change your perspective about the relationships? What if He's calling you to change your perspective about your situation that you're in? And a lot of times we just be quick to wash our hands with it and move on, and then ask God to bless us while we're lonely. God, why am I so lonely? God, why am I so this? Why am I so that? Why am I going through this? And I had to realize and understand a lot of things that I was going through, I had put myself in those situations because of my emotions, acting on my emotions, acting on my feelings, letting my feelings dictate my future. Okay, I'm feeling like this today, so let me make X, Y, and Z decisions, not thinking about how these decisions are going to affect my future once I'm not feeling this way anymore. Because feelings are temporary. Emotions are temporary. We make so many decisions based off of how we feel in the moment that we don't even allow God to minister to us in those moments and to calm ourselves and to evaluate, why am I feeling like this? Why did I say this to that person? Why am I acting out of character? Why am I allowing all of these people, and why am I allowing these situations to dictate how I feel and change course to where God is trying to lead me? Look, y'all. And much of what I've been experiencing ain't nothing but maturity. God is maturing me. He is literally showing me the results of choosing to operate in my emotions and in my flesh versus operating in the spirit, in love, in compassion, in understanding, in wisdom. So He's literally letting me reap my own benefits. He's stepping out the way for a little while, showing me the difference. Okay, you and your emotions today, look what you done did. Look what you did to this person. Look what you said to this person. Look what you done did that's going to affect your future. Oh, but had you allowed me, the Holy Spirit in you, to give you rest and peace in those situations and in those moments. I think God be wanting to call me stupid, but like he can't because he loves me. I'm gonna turn my fire up a little bit so I can get that golden crust on my salmon. But when I think about the words "let go and let God," this whole these situations that I found myself in, my emotions controlling me and me seeing where my emotions lead me and have led me, it really just prompted me, Andrea, why aren't you trusting God? Why aren't you believing in his word? Why aren't you even in your word like talking about? Don't get me wrong. I love the Lord and he loved me. I read my Bible. I ain't going to say occasionally, but I read my Bible more than often. But sometimes I don't read my Bible every single day. Sometimes I don't wake up in the morning and pray. Sometimes I don't, I'm not on this steady consistency with God. But he still loves me and he still shows me things and he still allows me to experience him. He still drops things into my spirit. He still speaks through me to people. He still uses me as a vessel. A lot of times we think that God judges our mistakes when really he judges our sins. And a lot of what I had to understand as well is just because I made a mistake out of error doesn't mean that God is going to judge me and punish me for that. I think we think that because of how people have treated us before. You may have been in high school and you made a mistake, or you slipped up and you didn't do your homework, or you got a bad grade or something like that, and your parents scolded you. So now that you're building a relationship with God, you feel like, is God going to do the same thing to me if I make a mistake? Is God going to do the same thing to me if I don't spend as much time with him, if I don't pray as much, if I don't? So it's like he had to get me out of that realization and out of that mindset. Like, I was literally in the shower and I was thinking about a mistake that I had made, maybe something I said or did out of error, and I was just beginning to be down on myself and started convicting myself. And I started praying, God, please forgive me for my errors and forgive me for this mistake. And he was like, why are you asking for, like, why are you even, I'm not that kind of God. I'm not judging what you did wrong. I judge your intentions behind it. I judge your intention behind it. I don't judge your mistakes. I know you're imperfect. I know you're going to make mistakes. I don't judge you based off of your mistakes. I judge you based off of your intentions. So that blew my mind. That's one thing that I've been going through. And I've really been in this fast. I've been fasting all week. And I just been like seeking God. I really wanted to get back close to him, feel his presence more, spend time with him, because I missed him. I feel like I've been so busy and I've been on the run, and I've been, again, allowing my emotions to dictate who I am and what I can do in certain situations. But as I've been spending time with him, he's been revealing so much to me. And let go and let God, to me, it really means let go of your emotions that you harbor. Let go of your first response. Let go of your willingness and your need to control things. Stop worrying about the end of a thing. Stop worrying about how the story is going to end. Stop worrying about what you can do in your own strength. Because what God can do in his own strength is way better than what you could ever do. Let me flip my meat Amen. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Oh, Lord, my salmon's falling apart. I'm getting upset. I'm getting upset. But when I think of letting go and letting God, it's literally challenging me. Hold on, y'all. But when I think about fully letting go and letting God, to me in this season, it means stop worrying about how this outcome is going to play out. Stop worrying about what could have been. Focus on what's happening now. Don't worry about what's to come. Don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow has its own issues. Worry about today. God, how can you pour into me today so that I can pour out to somebody else? What can I do today in this hour to allow me to operate in the spirit and not in my flesh? How can you design me in such a way on today that I'm a blessing to somebody? That I don't worry myself to death. That I don't try to figure out how I'm going to pay this, or how I'm going to do that, or how this is going to come together. That's walking by faith and not by sight. That's literally trusting God, putting all of your faith and trust in God and saying, you know what, God? I know you have a plan for me. Jeremiah 29:11. I know you have a plan for me. I know that things don't look the way that you promised right now. But I'm going to still let go. I'm going to stop trying to figure it out. I'm going to stop digging in my past. How many of us dig in our past? Women. I'm going to stop digging in my past, trying to figure out why I'm this way, or why this happened, or why this situation turned out, or I should have did this better, or I should have did that better. Like, all of these emotions is nothing but the enemy trying to get you off course to where you're going. It's nothing but the enemy trying to keep you stuck. He's trying to get you out of character so that you don't operate in your anointing. Come on, somebody. And sometimes we have to understand, or we have to choose. Am I going to choose my emotions, or am I going to choose a different outcome? Am I going to trust myself? Because if you think about it, how many times have we trusted our feelings and allowed our feelings to take over us and gotten us into even worse situations? Had we just been faithful to God, had we just allowed God into that space in that moment, even spaces and places that God ain't even touched yet. Spaces and places and situations, things of your heart that you haven't even given to God yet, that he hadn't even revealed to you yet. Dang, I'm still hurt from that. I'm still tripping over this. I'm still. Let go and let God. Let go of every situation that you done been in. Stop dwelling on the past. My devotional time this morning, and really I woke up at like 5 o'clock to use the bathroom. But when I got into bed, I just started praying. And I asked God to just dwell in my atmosphere, dwell in this room, settle my mind, settle my heart, dwell in me. Help me to dwell in your presence. Help me to just dwell in a place of comfort, a place of peace. Help me not to dwell in those places that keep me away from you, or that make me get in my feelings. And it's crazy because I was texting somebody this morning and they mentioned the word dwell. And I was like, okay, I'm going to just dwell. Okay, I'm gonna just dwell up in here. I'm gonna dwell all around you, God. I'm gonna just dwell. Okay, I'm gonna just dwell. DWELL. I'm gonna just dwell. Okay, and it's been allowing me to experience so much peace. Yeah, I could be worried about this. I could be worried about that. But if I don't know who my God is, or because I know who my God is, I'm going to choose to dwell, and I'm going to choose to trust him. Funny story. And it's not even funny, but it happened today. Hold on. Let me flip my meat. I'm back. Who's still there? Who's still with me? So, somebody sung the song, Let Go and Let God, the other day. And then I heard Sarah Jake's message last night said, let go and let God. I think, don't misquote me, I think I heard that again. But it just prompted me, and it just reminded me, and it just confirmed, why are you stressing over this? Don't you know who your God is? Don't you know how big he is? Don't you know that he will move mountains for you? Don't you know that? So, as a freelance multi-journalist, as a freelance media person, a business owner, whatever, entrepreneur, whatever you want to call it, whatever title you want to put to it, I depend a lot on the opportunities that I get to pay for my bills and to sustain me. Sometimes you up. Like, entrepreneurship ain't, for everybody. If you don't know how to put your faith and trust in God, entrepreneurship ain't for everybody. But sometimes you're up, but sometimes you kind of down. Sometimes you have dry seasons. Sometimes you have no opportunities or no money coming in. And of course, if you don't have anything saved up, then you're you know what I'm saying? But all July has just been one of those months for me. And I began to stress, and I began to really just go hard and try to hustle and get this and get that. And while I'm hustling and while I'm trying to put in applications for freelance work, while I'm trying to network, while I'm trying to do this and do that, out the blue, God provided 2 opportunities for me. I didn't know who these people was. I didn't know where they came from. But he sustained me for the month of July. He sustained me. And I'm still coming out of that little rut. But he sustained me. Tell me why today I went to my parents' house and I had some mail waiting for me. Now, I don't usually, open my mail until I get home. But Holy Spirit just told me to open it right then and there. Well, really, my daddy was like, what this is? But God told me to open it too, you know what I'm saying? So, I opened a letter. And for one, the letter was first sent to my first apartment like 8 years ago. Where I lived 8 years ago. It was sent there. And then it was sent to another apartment that I lived like 4 years ago. And then it was sent to my parents' house. And I opened the mail, and it was a check from the U.S. Treasury. And I'm sitting up here like, where did this come from? What's happening here? I'm thinking I owe some money. They giving me money. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on, God. Hold on. What you mean? Where does this come from? And when I say God will move mountains for you, that check was already in the mail when I was stressing about how I was going to sustain myself. That check had already been moving around trying to get to me. It was already done. Why do we stress? Why do we not trust God? Why are we always in competition with our emotions and our feelings? When I tell y'all, I went to the bank so fast and deposited that. Another opportunity came to me today, which I'm not going to speak about right now, but another opportunity came to me today while I was in the midst of getting paid for my services. One of the freelance jobs that God had provided for me. I was in the midst of getting paid, compensated, and all of a sudden they hit me with another opportunity, and I'm like, hold on, God. Hold on, God. So I really I don't have to worry. I really don't have to fret. I really don't have to rely on me to get things done. All I have to do is rely on you. That's it. It seemed easy after the fact, right? But when you're in the middle of it and you trying to figure things out on your own, I'm telling you, let go and let God. Because you're going to cause yourself some issues. You are going to, one thing about women, when we start feeling some type of way about one thing, that can turn into a million other things. So now we in this rut. We don't want to talk to nobody. We don't want to be around nobody. We don't want to be bothered. We don't want to pray. We don't want to do nothing. We want to be left alone in silence. But had we just let go in that moment, just let go and let God handle it. He already handled, the check was already on the way. It went to 2 locations before it got to me, before it went to the right place. God will move mountains for you. He will move things around. He would cause things to just happen for you because he loves you. It don't matter what you did. It don't matter what type of person you are. It don't matter the mistakes that you made. It don't matter how much you were stressing about the situation. When he decides, I love this child and I'm going to provide for them, I'm going to sustain them because that's just who I am. That's my character. I'm 100 like that. It's already done. You stressing though. Oh Lord, I don't know how I'm gonna pay this bill. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Oh my God, I don't know what to do about this relationship, God. I don't know what you want me to do. Oh my God. Hey girl. Had you just given it to me. Whole time God like, if you would have just given it to me, I would have handled it a long time ago. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till you've had enough. I'm gonna wait till you've driven yourself crazy. I'm gonna wait till you have stressed yourself out to where you don't even trust yourself to get it done. I'm gonna wait till you don't trust yourself to get it done so I can move through and show you who I am. Remind you who I am. God be like, girl, bye. God be like, stop playing with me. God be like, have you had enough? Enough of this. Now let me do what I do. Move out the way, will you? We be in our own way. Stuck in our own way. And God like, will you move? You in the way of what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to show you. Could you just get out of here? Get out of here. And I ain't gonna lie. This is one of the lessons that I continuously repeat. Because for some reason, pride will allow you to think that ain't nothing wrong with you and that you don't need help and that you're fine the way you are. But once you really honestly had enough of operating the way that you've been operating and learn to let go and let God, you start to see yourself differently. You start to realize who and what you've been putting your trust in. If God is a perfect God, if he's a just God, why do you trust yourself to handle something that he can handle? Like, girl, bye. Get away. Get out of here. You in the way. Move. Let me do it. Move, girl. Let me just do it. Because you going to mess it up. That's crazy. But, my salmon is all broken up into pieces. And I'm mad about it. Why me? I'm going to eat these pieces. I'm going to just eat these right quick. Hold up. These pieces don't need, they don't, you know, they don't need to be up in there. I'm going to just eat them. I hate this thing. Just be smoking. I'm going to get off here because I really do know how to cook. But I'm acting like I don't. But I'm going to get off here. Because there's a lot going on. The mini chronicles of cooking with Drea. But I just wanted to remind you all. Let go and let God. Stop trying to figure it out. Stop revisiting your past, trying to make sense of what happened to you or try to make sense of what you did. The mistake. God don't judge your mistakes. He judges the intention behind it. Remember that. But just get out of your own way so he can perform a miracle in your life. So that he can remind you of who he is. So he can provide for you and sustain you. And not allow you to operate in your emotions and operate in fear and anxiety. That's what the devil wants us to do. That's what he wants us to do. Thank you for this. You're so welcome. I'm all over the place, but you're welcome. But that's what the devil wants us to do. Whenever you feel yourself stressing about something, or whenever you feel yourself getting in your emotions or getting out of character or getting mad and want to do this and want to get revenge and want to do that, just stop. Right dead in your tracks and pray. Let go and let God. That's all I got for y'all. The replay will be available on my Instagram, and I'm also uploading it to my YouTube. So I love y'all. Bye. My salmon about to burn up anyway. I need to get off. Okay? I need to drink the rest of my wine. And I need to go. Okay? I'm going to talk to y'all later.